Hi, and welcome to the series that takes you back in time like no other. Today we'll take an adventure to see one of the most legendary and influential musicians of all time, Mr. Jimi Hendrix. We'll see him from his first small band to his appearance at Woodstock. We'll also highlight his quite massive drug problem. Jimi Hendrix is known was known well during his time, and he's known even better today. This is Time Told TV.
Wow, what a great performance. Thanks for that. That's guitar hero there, David Wren. And welcome. Today we'll be bringing back Jimi Hendrix. So sit back and let us immerse you in the extraordinary life of Hendrix.
Do you hate to be asked what things mean? I realize that you almost have to apologize to ask someone who's considered an artist, as you are, what they mean by something, because you're asking them to reinterpret something they've already done. Do you think music has a meaning?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's good to be more spiritual soul than anything. Pretty soon I believe that they're going to have to rely on music to like get some kind of peace of mind or satisfaction, direction actually, more so than politics, because like politics is really on ego scene, you know. That's what I look at it anyway. It's not a big fat ego scene, for instance.
Ego scene.
Well, yeah, it's the art of words, which means nothing, you know. So therefore you have to rely on more of a earthier substance, like music or the arts, theater, you know, acting, painting, whatever.
I heard you use the expression an electric church as an ambition you had. Was this speaking metaphorically or poetically, or do you really want to...
Honestly, I don't know. It's just a belief that I have, you know. We do use electric guitars. Everything, you know, is electrified nowadays, you know. So therefore the belief comes into, you know, through electricity to the people, whatever. That's why we play so loud, because it doesn't actually hit through the eardrums like most groups do nowadays. You know, they say, well, we're going to play loud too because they're playing loud. And they got this real shrill sound, you know, it's really hard. We're playing for our sound to go inside the soul of the person, actually, you know, and see if they can awaken some kind of thing in their minds, you know, because there's so many sleeping people. You can call it that. You might
take to hear if somebody comes up after a concert, what kind of compliment do you like?
I don't know, I don't really live on compliments. As a matter of fact, it has a way of distracting me. And a whole lot of other musicians and artists that are out there today, you know, they hear all these compliments, they say, wow, it must have been really great. So they get fat and satisfied and they get lost and they forget about the actual talent that they have and they start living into another world, you know.
Welcome back. Who would have known that much about him? Well, one person is the man himself, Jimi Hendrix. So please, everyone, put your hands together for the legendary Jimi Hendrix. Welcome, Jimmy. Now I'm armed and ready with some questions for you. We're going to delve a little bit deeper. Is that all right with you?
That's most certainly okay, my friend.
Good stuff. So, first of all, welcome to the show. Now, considering you create numerous different styles of music, what do you feel to be your best creation?
I don't like being labelled with any one particular kind of music. I mean, there's lots of different music that at special times, certain times of my life, was my favourite. But there's some random pieces, jamming sessions I've done back at home. I've got bits of tapes of some tracks that I did that were probably my favourites at the time, but it's nothing in particular that springs to mind.
Yeah, well, I suppose everybody's music tastes change over time. You know, when you're younger, you like different stuff to when you grow up. But how would you describe your taste in music? What was your biggest influence?
I just love music, you know. I listened to anything at all. It didn't matter whether it was from heavy metal to rock to gospel to anything at all. I listened to music. I loved anything that, you know, it's the creative sound, it's music. Lots of different things have influenced me in different ways. I wouldn't like to be remembered as a person that played just one particular kind of music.
No. Would you say then that the church and gospel was a big influence on you from your childhood?
Most certainly. I mean, because it was different from the music I heard. I mean, I like difference. If I hear anything, you know, it can be somebody on a dustbin lid tapping a tune. Anything that's different, it's unique, it's creative. I've always wanted to, you know, expand on my my feelings, my emotions, how I'm feeling at the time, and a lot of the music that I played was actually how I felt at the time.
Yeah, I think that's the same with a lot of people. Where did you see your career go? You know, when you started out, you were in a band, did you see yourself going off, being on your own and playing your own music? Where did you want to get to yourself in your career?
Well, I think it's well known there was a bit of a drug problem. I mean, like lots of other people at the times, we experimented with drugs.
Yeah.
We didn't really understand the dangers of what could happen, what it could do. It was readily available to everybody, and like lots of other people, you know, we took our fair share. I mean, I think that resulted in really big impacts, really, on the band, on our relationships, getting on.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Well, drugs were obviously a big thing in the 60s. I mean, it's still a big thing today. But they influenced bands like the Beatles. The sound of their music while they were high on drugs is completely different to some of their later stuff, and influenced their music quite heavily. And you're saying it's influenced yours. Would you say it influenced the fact that the band split up? Do you think it impacted on
Well,
that?
most certainly, I think. I mean, the natural stage of most bands is to develop and to move on. And I think the drugs actually made me more inner person. I wasn't really a sharer. I wanted to go in different directions than the bands wanted to go.
Yep.
I just didn't want to fit into any pigeonhole to be playing one time of music. So I think like the band splitting up was really a direct result of the impact of drugs. You know what I mean? We became very paranoid, less trusting of one another, not turning up on time for sessions.
Yeah, a few egos there.
Yeah.
And, people trying to steal the limelight or hog the limelight.
We were friends and we weren't friends. I mean, looking back, it was just a crazy time. You know, it was a wonderful and crazy time, but, you know, well, our job was to spread the love, and that's what we did.
Well, you certainly did that, and thank you, Jimmy. We'll be talking to him later on in the show, but for now, I'm going to transport you back over to Ed News.
Hello and welcome to Ed News. First up, British troops are deployed in Northern Ireland following the three-day Battle of Bogside. The Boeing 747 has made its maiden flight. The pilot reported successful flight, and that everyone seems fine on the plane. Also, the Woodstock Festival is getting ready to host one of the biggest rock events in history. Our on-location reporter is in New York. Adam?
Hi, I'm Adam, and I'm here in 1969, where Jimi Hendrix is soon to appear on the legendary Woodstock stage. It is being hugely anticipated, and everyone here is looking forward to what will most definitely be a brilliant performance. The atmosphere in the camp is ecstatic. People just seem to be going crazy for Hendrix, and sure that when he actually performs, the atmosphere will treble. Yesterday I managed to get a word with Hendrix himself, and he stated, "I cannot wait to perform in front of all those people. It will most definitely be one of the best shows. I know that already." Unfortunately, we won't be live to watch him perform, which is a shame, as you could get a taste of the atmosphere I was talking about. But if you can, get down here, as it will definitely be an amazing show. Furthermore, you could watch it on YouTube in about 36 years. Back to you in the studio.
Furthermore, the Apollo lunar lander landed safely on the moon's surface. An estimated 500 million people watched worldwide as Neil Armstrong took his first historic steps on the moon at 2:56 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. They landed safely 4 days after and were placed in biological isolation for several days. Unfortunately, that's all we've got time for here on Ed News today. We'll bring you more coverage on these stories as they continue. That's all from Ed News for now. Back to the Times Hall Studios.
Welcome back. We still have Jimmy here with us in the studio, this time to talk about his set list for Woodstock. As you're aware, he is headlining the show, and therefore he must have a good list of songs. Well, welcome back, Jimmy. I'm on with some more questions for you now.
Okay.
If that's all right with you,
That's
of course.
most,
So why did you agree to headline Woodstock?
Well, when the opportunity came, you know, as a musician who wants to better themselves, there would be no better opportunity. You know, we've talked to other people who have had the opportunity to headline it, and after talking to them, there was no doubt I definitely wanted to do it. It was an honour, a privilege to be chosen, and just the thought of all them people there waiting for me to do my thing.
It was good.
Yes,
What was the feeling like at the festival? I mean, we've already touched upon the drugs and stuff and the free love and everything like that, and that's kind of the feel of the 60s. How was it to actually be there?
Oh, it was a blast, you know. You should have seen them people. I've never seen so many people. The people were chanting, shouting, screaming. There were, you know, there were just so many people. And I remember the band were like quite shocked when we looked. You know, we knew there was going to be a lot of people. We didn't realize how many people were going to be there.
Just to listen to you.
It was great, you know. It was the best time of my life. I think that was the making of me. After that, everybody knew who Jimi Hendrix was. And
did it give you a good sense of purpose, and how did it make you feel that all these people had turned up to see you?
Well, you know, it reminded me of the gospel, like in a church, you know. For a while there, I was like a god.
Yeah.
People there just, you know, all there for you. To know that you were part of that was just that was a thing, you know. Something I'll never ever forget.
Yeah, and you must have felt quite powerful with all those people behind you. But would you say that 1969 then was one of your favourite years?
Most definitely. That was it. I mean, I think there's lots of times we don't remember a lot of the things that happened, you know. But you know, I do remember that time, and that was a time when I think the legacy of Jimi Hendrix had begun. That's where it all came from, really.
Well, I always say it with my mates, only on a Saturday night, not a whole year. I don't forget a whole year, but if you can't remember a Saturday night, you know it's been a good one. So that's probably the same for you with 1969.
There were lots of good years I don't remember.
Would you say now, obviously we've talked about the drugs, but would you, looking back, would you change anything? Would you have steered off the drugs?
You know,
that would have kept the band together?
The only thing I regret is opportunities I didn't take. I don't regret anything that I did, you know. That's the way it was at the time, and them drugs, they took me to a place where, you know, without them, I would never have got to that place. You know, it impacted on the creative part of my mind that, you know, I didn't even know was there. And we've all got the power to develop something new, something strange, something really, really special. And I wouldn't want no one ever to, you know, not to do that. Oh.
Yeah. Do you think you will inspire future guitarists to play like you? I mean, you already said that how many people came to see you at Woodstock. Do you think
you
play?
In the same way I was inspired to do something special, you know, there's millions of people out there, and all I've done is open the door just a little bit.
Yeah.
There's people out there, I want them to kick that door open, wide open, you know, and, you know, develop, you know, go in different directions. There's lots of new music, lots of new things to do. I was just the beginning. I'd like to think that the legacy for me could carry on. People could continue to make the sort of music and make even a bigger impact than what I made.
That's right. Well, I'm sure you will have influenced a lot of people. Now, I can't let you go without asking you, this day and age, it's all about reality TV and the X Factor and things like that. What's your take on reality TV? Do you think it's damaging the music industry? Man,
that's not real, you know. They call it reality, but that ain't real. You know, if you want to see real, you need to go out on the streets. You need to go in the suburbs. You need to go in the places where most people don't go. You know, out there's lots of special things just waiting to happen, you know.
Okay.
I'm still positive for the future for music.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jimi Hendrix there, everyone. And thanks to you for watching. But now, to send Jimmy back, we have the guitar legend that is Dave Wren, again performing a Joe Satriani song, who himself was inspired by Jimi Hendrix. Goodbye and stay classy, 21st century.